In Hollywood, award season is filled with lots of gold being carried off the stage. But is Hollywood always giving us their best performance when it comes to carrying gold on screen? Let's investigate one example from an episode of the TV show White Collar. This is from Season 2, Episode 3. In this scene, Agent Jones of the FBI is making an exchange with a briefcase filled with gold. Let's watch. Let's take a closer look at that scene and examine how Agent Jones was carrying the briefcase. Does that seem right to you? Here's another angle. What do you think? Our students can make some predictions about this scene. For starters, what do they think the case weighs? What's the maximum it could weigh? What's the minimum it could weigh? Besides weight, there are some other questions. How big is the case? How many coins are inside the case? From an earlier scene in the show, we know that the case is filled with what's known as a cougarand. That means our students are going to need to do a little research. What's a cougarand made out of? What's it used for? Size, diameter, thickness? This won't take too much work. A quick Google search will point you in the right direction. In another scene, we get a good look at inside the case, and we can see that there are 10 rows of gold coins. If we look at the diameter of one coin times 10 rows, we can get the minimum width of the case. But how about the height? Well, later on in the episode, there's an exchange with a reference to how much the case was worth. They say that the case was worth $2 million in cougarand. $2 million divided by the dollar amount per ounce should give us the number of coins that are inside the case. Remember that this is a shady deal, so maybe the coins are being sold at a loss or at a premium. Hard to say. But we can go to sites like Wolfram Alpha and find out the cost of gold in, let's say, August of 2010. That's when the show aired. If we take the number of coins inside the case, divide by 10, that should give us the number of coins per row. Number of coins per row times the thickness of one coin, that's going to give us our minimum height of the case. Do some calculations with your students to see if this checks out. Another approach is actually measuring the case on screen. Looking at Agent Jones carrying the case on screen, we could try to scale this screen cap using a known height or width. Some online research shows us that Agent Jones is about 73 inches tall. From here, we can use some photo analysis software. I chose Logger Pro from Vernier, but there are other options, and try to scale the image and do some measurements. If we know Agent Jones's height is 73 inches, well then we can use that as a comparison to measure the height and width of the case. Investigate this with your students and see how it checks out. Now, I'm not just trying to be picky here and, basically ruin every TV show that I watch. I love White Collar and it's really entertaining. But here's an exchange from an interview with Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's talking about what he was thinking about when he was watching the movie Titanic. At the end, when the boat is sinking, they're looking up at the sky, and what drives him crazy as an astrophysicist is that it was the wrong sky, and they could have got it right. But this story has a happy ending. Later on in the DVD release, they fixed the sky because of Neil deGrasse Tyson's criticism. The funny thing is that I saw recently there are companies that go in and change TV shows to put in new ads in the background. But I don't think they're going to be doing any science editing for us. But that's okay. This will give us an opportunity to have conversations and new investigations with our students. If you'd like to do this investigation yourself, take a look at the description for this video. You can find links to the files that I used and download some of the screenshots for your own investigation. Also, check out another video that I made where Hollywood definitely gets it right. Thanks for watching.